New tax year. Yeah, I don't know if you guys celebrate the new tax year like I do, but I am just gassed when the new tax year comes, just because new 20 grand tax allowance, just straight into the ISA. So yeah, that's me. Anyway, guys, it's an interesting one because we've got a new tax year. I'm excited to put money in, and it's also come at a time where the market has just drastically fallen. If you look at the 1 week on the Nasdaq, down 8.02%, and if you look at the 1 month, we're down 13%. Go to the S&P 500 on the 1 week, down 7.41%. On the 1 month, 11%. So like the new tax year comes at like a perfect time this year, whereas like in my opinion, obviously not financial advice, it's such a good buying opportunity no matter what you're buying, from Tesla to Apple to Nvidia to Google to Microsoft, Amazon, like to Meta. There's so like even AMD, like there's so many good buying opportunities. Like look, AMD down 32% over the past 3 months. Like and it's not the only one. We look at Nvidia. Nvidia over the past 3 months down 35%. Tesla on the 3 month. Tesla on the 3 month is down 42.68%. So yes, like I am gassed that I can just chuck more money on my ISA now. Anyway, guys, let's look at what my portfolio is looking like now. So currently I'm sitting at 382.1 shares, currently valued at £69,000. Currently sitting at a negative 6.07%. Loss down £4,500. Average price of $2.50. Obviously, I will be able to buy it at the $2.35 price now. I have put more money into my account, which I'm gassed about. I've been waiting about, like, it feels like 6 months. I think it was a little less. I think it's been about about 4 or 5 months. But yeah, it feels like ages since I've put money into this account. So if we go over to my account, you can currently see that the value of my account is sitting at £70,000, like £70,400. Obviously, that's with cash, because I have just chucked a bunch of cash in there. Over the past 3 months, my portfolio is down 45.1%. Over the last month, down 15.6%. Because compared to the rest of the market, like Tesla hasn't, like, because it was already massively beaten up. The Trump tariffs, just took it down to its all-time low. If you look at Tesla, we did hit a low of 222, and then obviously had a bit of recovery after Elon doing a team meeting, and just generally good news of FSD in China rolling out. So we did have a little bit of a bounce back, and then obviously the Trump tariffs bring it straight back down to we're not quite at the lows that it got in the beginning of March, but we probably will get there. So yeah, my portfolio hasn't done as poorly as if it I would have done owning some of the other names like Apple, Nvidia, because they obviously got hit a lot more on the Trump tariffs news, whereas Tesla has already been hit before that. So yeah, that's why you see my portfolio pretty similar levels to what it was before. Obviously, if we look at my ISA, we can just see new tax year, new ISA allowance. I've currently put in £800. I'm looking at the month of April to put in about £4,000. So yeah, I'll probably earn like 2.5, and then I've got my student loan, I've got a bit of cash. So I'm aiming to put four grand in, which will be amazing if I can. That's already 20% of the way there in 1 month. So obviously I won't be able to keep up that amount putting in every single month, but it's good that I've just been able to do it for the first month, because obviously for March was a pretty quiet month. I was only able to get like 6 point something shares of Tesla. I'm currently sitting at £810, and 25 in cash, and my investments £69,000. And as you guys can see, all of my investments are all in Tesla, 382.1 shares. I'm really excited to get that to 400, just because I got 105 in my general investment account, and then hopefully I can try and push this to 400 and be over that lovely 500 mark. And I have said for the longest time, as soon as I hit 500 shares, that was my goal that I've wanted to hit since I started investing. It was just a nice round number. Obviously, Ideally, it'll be 1,000, but 1,000 is so out of reach, so I set it at 500 because initially it was 100, but I just got that too quickly, so then I was like, yeah, 500. Um, yeah, so for the longest time, 500 shares has been my goal. So I will be looking at other, like just buying other stuff just to diversify a bit. Obviously, in terms of weighting, asset allocation, it will be just like still ridiculously heavy on in Tesla, just because like it's not like I'm going to sell Tesla to put into other positions. No, this will just my starting point from other positions will be starting from scratch. So I'll have to put in the money to almost catch Tesla, and depending on how well Tesla does in terms of returns, I might not be able to catch Tesla, because if it 10x's, then yeah, it's going to forever take up a large part of my portfolio. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I am just gassed right now. If you couldn't tell, I love the new tax year. I was saying this earlier. The new tax year almost feels like it's better than Christmas for me. Like I'm just that nerdy when it comes to investing. The new tax year it feels better than Christmas. So yeah, that's just a little insight to how nerdy I am. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and please make sure to like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and just comment down below. Are you excited for the new tax year? How much money have you got set aside for just chucking in your ISA straight away? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.